And that all being said, we are going to play through the same map set again with Deep Blues versus Kairos. So this is another. I like the flavor of this match. Deep Blues, really aggressive team. Kairos is a really aggressive team that is more willing to go for those kind of map control comps that we talked about earlier. So hopefully, if we can see some double splatling out of them. Let me take a look at the map list. I love it when Kairos goes double splatling. It's pretty cool to watch. That could definitely happen on Hammerhead. It could definitely happen on Camp if it goes to Game 5. So yeah, let's look forward to this. This should definitely be a really high energy match, and hopefully we get to see some interesting team comps.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. So fun fact here, the number 1 seed in this tournament was Deadbeat. Deep Blues was the number 2 seed. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Kairos may be a little bit underseeded, but the point I'm trying to make is, the teams that were seeded very, very highly here, they made it. This just goes to show how all the different maps, all the different modes, these teams that make it through aren't just playing to their strengths. They've got to go through a lot of different stuff, a lot of good teams. But right now, I believe we've got some more player spotlights for a couple of our teams who didn't make it this far, but we want to go ahead and give them the same love we gave everybody else. So don't go anywhere. Take a look.
First Strike is a team who got together to kick some tail. We actually were originally part of a larger sports group that unfortunately had to disband due to unforeseen circumstances. But I like what we've got going on here. It's more casual than serious, I think. If anything, we're more like close friends who share art, hang out, and occasionally enter Splatoon tournaments. Up until this point, we've actually only been entering one Splatoon tournament known as Friday Night Splatdown. The last time we entered was actually the first time we've won a set at all, so you can guess that we weren't even expecting to get this far. I mean, we're in the top 16, we're going up against SRL. If we were even to take one game off of them, I'd be ecstatic. If we were to win the whole tournament, that would just be insane. If anything, we're going to win because we're the underdogs, and as dictated by movie logic, it's the underdogs who win in the end. We're really not well known, or known at all even, so maybe we'll be severely underestimated. While the other teams focus on the bigger opponents, we would fly under the radar and sweep the rug from under their feet.
Awesome. So once again, we just want to give shout-outs to all the teams who may have not made it this far. Making it to top 16 out of 140 teams is it's still a big deal, especially in a mode like Turf War where there's some variance. There's anything can happen. I mean, we saw Deadbeat lose their only game in Turf War, so it's big stuff.
Yeah, like we said before, kind of firing off the cannons and seeing the message of this guy. These teams didn't make it, something to keep in mind, though, if you're new to Splatoon, like what you see, a lot of these teams do stream, even the ones who weren't able to feature on stream. We can only show one match at a time, especially in the earlier rounds. If you go ahead and check out these streams later, you're going to get to see a lot of these different weapons and play styles and stuff that you haven't seen there. And there's tournaments all the time, not just like these big, big important tournaments like the one we're doing now, but also lots of community-run tournaments. And a lot of those community-run tournaments are the level of play is really high, and the integrity is pretty high too. So if you like what you see, be sure to follow Splatoon as a game. Come back especially on the weekends, and check out some more tournaments to be able to see some of these players that we've been featuring.
Yeah, there's at least one tournament every week and every weekend. There's usually a weekly. There's 2 big tournaments happening this weekend.
Yep.
So I mean, if you like Splatoon, there's never a shortage of content for you to consume.
Yeah, definitely. And so I guess we'll get ready to get the time. I need to refresh my stream because I don't see the timer yet.
Yeah, I don't either.
And so I guess we will just wait for the we wait for Taylor to go ahead and start up the lobby, and once he does, we'll get into the match. Just while we're waiting, to kind of reiterate, here, the time's up for me. I'm at 58, 57, 56,
59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51.
All right, I'm synced.
Awesome. Oh, goodness.
Okay, well, I'll keep counting. 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. Awesome. All right, cool. There we go. Seconds, we count them. So yeah, going into this match. Now, as we just saw this this map in the previous set from a sniper's perspective, and now we're going to watch a team that has not been running sniper. They've been running these hyper offense comps, and we're going to see it from the Tenatech's perspective. And like we said, the Tenatech is kind of like the bread and one of the two bread and butter weapons, basic shooters, like the Ryu and Ken, or like the BR of this game. If you play those kinds of console shooters, and you're gonna see a lot of front lines action. Taylor, really aggressive, and while we saw Power being the one to kind of ride tower as a sniper last set and kind of swing around the right side, I expect to see Taylor either cut really hard to the left or move up to the right with tower and then punch forward in front of tower. So we'll see what kind of plays Taylor goes for.
Well, it looks like he is pulling to the left here that you're talking. Going to meet a little bit of resistance here, but not too much. He's going to be able to get this kill. Okay, goes for the trade. Okay, so there you were talking about the Splatlings, and already Zetter going ahead and setting up shop there on that right side and just letting the bullets rain down. So
yeah.
Was that the deco? I think I missed it.
Yeah, that was the heavy deco. That was the heavy deco. So that is the heavy splatling that it does not have as good of a sub-weapon as the other two splatlings, but it has an invincibility special. And Taylor kind of get into a little bit of a tussle here with this heavy splatling. He's been having a little bit of trouble with it so far, as he unfortunately gets taken out. 3v3 situation right now. Invincibility super's getting popped. That Kraken, however, from that heavy deco has not been used yet, so we will probably see that become significant in the next 30 seconds as Taylor tries to kill this dynamo, and
great job using the floating. But once again, does Zetter just have it out for Taylor today? What is this?
You know, like we talked about earlier, that kind of rock paper scissors of team comps where you have the hyper offense beats the slaying style, and the slaying style beats the map control style, and then the map control style beats the hyper offense. This heavy splatling is a benchmark of that map control style, and Taylor's team is that hyper offense style kind of going on. So that heavy splatling is going to outrange all of the members of Deep Blues like that sniper would, but he's going to have way more aggressive mobility and combat potential. So, I mean, honestly, you should kind of expect the heavy splatling to get those kind of kills in. That being said, right now, he is getting jumped by multiple members. I don't think he has Kraken. He is going to be able to take out Taylor first. Nice punish there by Zetter. Really good movement. You do have to charge up those shots before firing them, so again, he's been having these like almost frame perfect charges where he'll act like he's going to run away and then just fire off the exact amount of bullets he needs to get the kill, and he gets another kill, Kraken up in Deep Blue's base. Deep Blue's kind of scrambling, but unfortunately for Zetter, that might have been a little bit preemptive. His teammates weren't really in position to get on tower, and Deep Blues is going to be able to slowly take back map control and actually come up on kills now.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to everybody right now. I think we're looking at a different one. I think the commentators in the stream are watching another on two different things. So bear with us for a minute here while we try to get it changed over. 43.
And yet we are.
Okay, now we're back on it. Sorry for that little miscue there. But yeah, back to the match here. So what's happened? So you see a lot of orange here in the middle. Right now, Taylor going to try to find his way to Zetter again. Like you said earlier, with the swinging around there. This spot right here where you see all this blue, that has to be orange before really any real push can happen.
Yeah, and this is a 3v1.
They've got to find a way to get the dynamo up. The dynamo's going to go down. The cherry pops the bubble, and right now you see Deep Blues has this all blue. Well, now that because of that, they've earned the right to make this push now. You know, that's one of the reasons why this is such a difficult mode. As you know, I mean, all of the ranked modes are difficult. There's a bomb going to take out Taylor there, but it's so difficult because you have to get so much turf just to make a push. And Deep Blue's showing it right now, all the way below 40 now, 35, 34, 33.
Taylor, oddly, again, just choosing not to stealth jump in at times like this, but he is going to get into the middle of the map. He is going to let Umbri cause a distraction while he gets the bait and switch kill there, and he is going to move up into the enemy plat, keep up the pressure. It's a 2v4 situation, so he needs to be careful here, and don't die. Oh, unfortunately, dies the Dynamo there. He had the right idea, he just missed his shots, a little bit uncharacteristic of Taylor, so he's going to end up having a trade happen there. But it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, they do have members down. If this keeps up, they'll be in trouble, but Zutter, man, Zutter just has Taylor as a number this game. He keeps punishing Taylor. Taylor landed behind him, and just maybe he knew, maybe he was trying to bait Taylor into standing up and letting him know where he was going to land, but it works out for him.
Okay.
Taylor able to get a kill, get to the center of the map.
He's going to paint. He's a little bit far away
behind now.
Yeah.
Respawning enemies.
Zutter, here's Zutter again. Once
the range.
again. Oh, man, I was wondering there if he was going to be able to go in and get that flank there, but right now Zutter posted up in a very, very strong position right now. They're going to be able to jump to him. Zutter's got to have his Kraken sometime fairly soon here.
Yeah, he's been staying alive. Definitely going to have that Kraken soon.
Yeah,
they're actually, as you say that there it is, gets used. Blaster showing up, Dynamo showing up, doesn't get the kill. This is kind of the last push. No,
I think that was Danny who took out 2 of them right there.
Yeah,
that's
that
huge.
was huge. Watch for stealth jumps. Yeah, good for him to throw a bomb there just in case the teammate stealth jumps in. You can't really see.
And there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he knew to check for stealth jumps even if he couldn't see any because of the obstruction that the map was making. He checked for stealth jump. He tried to punish a potential stealth jump even though he didn't know it was coming. Works out for him because they're able to kind of stop any would-be momentum after that push. As I say that, some members go down, but it is 2v2 situation. Dynamo on tower. Dynamo not the strongest weapon to be on tower. Very immobile, susceptible to bomb throws, and various types of splash damage on tower. As we see, the Dynamo is forced to move back, and this is the last chance for Kairos to win this first match.
And that's going to be it.
All right, so yeah, no, this Zutter is definitely going to be a thorn in Deep Blues' side for this entire series, I predict. A heavy deco has a big advantage, and also if you look at the weapon choices that were in, oh my god.
Zutter destroying. She went 17-6. 17-6. That's so hard to do at this level, and it's even harder to do with something like a Splatling, not a traditional thing. So good stuff to her.
Something else to consider about that matchup was that the 2 longest range weapons of Deep Blues' squad were playing wall weapons, and Splatlings are notoriously good as wall busters because they have longer range than all the wall weapons except for another weapon that's a Splatling. And they're able to output a ton of damage onto those walls from long range. They pretty much just melt them. So, like, if you try to put up a wall to give yourself a little bit of temporary, like, invincibility so you can pop out from behind a corner and try to, like, poke at a Splatling or something like that, the Splatling just needs to back up, like, 3 steps and just let his charge go. It'll blow down the wall and it'll blow down you. So, it's not really a surprise that Zutter was able to get that kind of KD. That all being said, though, Day is actually in the match, so I'm not exactly sure why we didn't see Day earlier in the tournament. Day, of course, being Deep Blues' sniper that they picked up somewhat recently to kind of more well-round their comp. And we saw some matches where we thought that they really should have switched in their sniper. I thought maybe Day wasn't available today or something like that, but he is. Day's going to hop in for Deep Blues onto Hammerhead Bridge. I suspect that he'll also stay for another game on Erewhon Mall because, like we said, that is a map for the long-range weapons, and since they don't have like a Splatling or any kind of alternative, they'll probably stick with Day. So we talked about this before, that Deep Blues has been trying to really solidify their improvement as being genuine by doing well with Day. So we'll see if the well-roundedness pays off. Will Deep Blues be able to dominate with Day on a sniper map like they did without Day on what was not necessarily a sniper map?
Yeah, and with the trouble that Zutter was giving them, it makes sense. You talked about how Splatlings have to position themselves in relations to snipers. So, if Zutter's what's giving you problems, if she's kind of bopping you, then bring in something that can do something against that. So it makes sense even on the simple rock paper scissors level.
Right. And so let's watch this again. Last time we saw this map and game type, it was a very slow-paced match with a huge push at the very end. I wouldn't even call it a comeback because the scores were so low that there really wasn't much to come back from.
Right, it was the first push, really.
But the return push just was so huge that it was... it was a complete knockout. So let's see how this matchup compares. Taylor, yeah, look at that movement. You see that little strafe by Taylor?
Yes.
Knowing that Zutter only has a very small amount of opportunity to charge bullets and fire, all he has to do is have a good strafe to dodge a few bullets, and Zutter's going to be completely stuck. Gets the punish. Unfortunately, is killed soon afterwards. But that's a really good sign from Taylor that he starts this next match out with a little show of strength against Zutter, because Zutter had his number like he gets a trade. Not the worst thing ever. He does have killed by Zutter, of course. He does have the quick response stealth to Haunt. The Haunt is going to mark whoever kills Taylor, and then he'll be able to respawn fast. So it was probably a worth it trade, you know what I mean? Like, the enemy was not in position to push. He went and killed a gal, which is a big deal. And look at that movement. See that strafe is so beautiful. Taylor just so consistent with his movement, being able to just kind of outmaneuver his opponent's aim. Gonna go down there to a Luna Blaster 2v3 situation. Enemy was sort of able to push the tower. Honestly, 85 isn't even like off the center of the map, so I didn't really consider it a push. As we just go back into a neutral situation. And we'll see who gets an actual push.
And I believe that's Octopops there, yes. Octopops using the 52 gal. We'll see if the Whale comes in at all. So the Whale on this map can be very, very big for these pushes, because there are a couple stretches where you have a little bit longer of a straight, and the Whale can just kind of guide it, but it looks like not. But there's a lot of purple here. Can we see a tame? Can we see a tame?
Looking good so far. Nah, Zutter catches up to him. I'm sure that's Zutter, right? It's gotta be Zutter. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. Zutter is wearing defense, and I think that Taylor is wearing damage, but I don't know how much. I don't know how much defense a sub of damage cuts through. Pokey, if you're watching, I know you know this stuff, so just PM me, because I don't feel like looking it up in the middle of the casting. But I don't think that Taylor can actually get the 3-shot kill on that pure defense build from Zutter. So that could be another contributing factor to why Taylor is having trouble right now, because Taylor only has a sub of damage, if I recall correctly.
And interesting to see, so Taylor's right now, one of the important things on these modes is how you play away from the objective. So right now, Taylor got, I was going to say, Taylor, you got to watch out, but Taylor went the other way, and I kind of wonder if maybe jumping in, you never want to jump in with your guns, but at the same time, might have...
this is the first special to wipe them all, but this is crazy.
I think Zutter had just gotten it, too. Oh, here comes the
I saw the flash. All right, this is good. This is good. We have a member on tower. We have other members killing. The members jumping the tower. We have a wall going up in case like a straggler lands. They're going to kill by the tower. That's a good defense, but now we need Deep Blues to show a good offense. They do have the sniper, which could, they're not used to running the sniper. Maybe they still are kind of getting used to having to push with an E-leader instead of 4 very aggressive weapons. Day is moved up, so that makes me suspect that Day has Kraken to help with the upcoming push. Now, Taylor's going to jump in. Taylor and this other member need to get to the objective now. They're in the middle of the map. They're not helping at all. If Day's forced to use Kraken or dies or whatever, Taylor gets here, but it's too late. That was not, I don't know what Taylor and I believe it was Danny the Bucket were doing there. But yeah, that is a triple kill. Let's make up for that little bit of a misplay with a bunch of kills and just win the game. I mean, that's fine too. Who am I to criticize? But
nice. Luke is ready.
He's going to pop it. I just feel it. Yep.
Nice shot. This is huge. And he's got to watch to his left. He's got to watch up and to his left. That's where the bullets are going to start coming down from now.
And that's where also Zutter can show up, because that grate, you can use the run speed that comes with that Splat Wing to move quickly up that grate, and he's going to get another kill.
There's 3 on tower. This is going to move really fast.
2v4. Taylor, don't die to this wall, bud. Oh,
that's going to be it.
Yep, that's the lead. Minute left. What can happen?
Wow, so much great stuff there. You said it. Make up for the misplays with... Oh, it's still... Okay, no. Wait, maybe? Oh, now Taylor's going to get in on the action.
Taylor's going to stealth him. The game's just going to end before he even gets there, and that's it. So twice on this map, we've seen crazy comebacks just go all the way to a knockout. The first comeback, it wasn't necessary. This one, it definitely was. I actually expected that to be it for Deep Blues, you know what I mean? Because they were pushed back really far. They only had like a minute left. They were just displaying a complete lack of map control, and they didn't really seem like they were able to push. And when they did start pushing, there was some discoordination, and the team got like divided and conquered. You know what I mean? But then Taylor just got a triple, and the momentum didn't stop, and he won the game within 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you saw, there's a reason I spent a good 20 seconds talking about how important that little upper zone, up right there on the zone, getting that is, because once they had that, there was just no way in. They continued the push. They continued putting bullets up there, and it's such a big deal. And once they got to that point, they could stealth jump in, and it didn't really end up mattering because Taylor just killed everybody. But It's I mean, it's important to get your players into the positions that matter in any shooter, but especially in Splatoon.
Yeah, I think for people who don't watch a lot of Splatoon, I think something that's very worth saying is that there are a lot of shooters that are designed in a way that force you to have teamwork. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do anything by yourself. You have to rely on abilities that are not given to you, et cetera, et cetera. And while there is a lot of diversity in weapons in this game, and there are definitely tools that are only available to certain weapons, from the game's core, pretty much every player has the ability to handle almost every situation, except for like some niche stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're not forced to rely on people means that while things naturally kind of fall into line of this being a team-oriented game, and teamwork is super important. Coordination is super important. You know, if your team just doesn't do the right thing at the right time, the opponents can take advantage of it and gain the lead, and et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, while the state of your team is so important, and teamwork is so intricate and fast-paced and everything like that, because you're individually empowered as a player, you can make some crazy plays, and one person by himself can make a huge difference. And that's something that I really like about Splatoon compared to other... Whoop, there's Zutter. Oh boy. But yeah, individuals can make a huge difference in this game, and that is a concept that is not really that... it's not really like that in other games, so I'm glad that it's like that in Splat. That all being said, back to the match. Very sloppy start from both teams. A lot of members going down, and the Kairos starts pushing tower.
Yeah, just like that right now. What? Can we please get Zutter? Can we please get Wall coming out? Maybe? No.
Yeah, walls don't help against Zutter. We talked about that. Whale just to stop tower. All right, this is not that bad. He's going to trade with Luna. He's going to stop tower temporarily, depending on what Taylor's teammates do right now. Kind of determines the effectiveness of this push, because Taylor single-handedly kind of turned that into a neutral situation, and his teammates do seem like they were able to push the opponents back. Luna Blaster going to die here. Unfortunately, Enad going to trade. He is, however, using, I believe, Slasher Deco I saw in the weapon select screen, which means that his special is like depletion. He's not going to lose that much special. He's going to have the invincibility special to push soon. Deep Blues members going to be moving over here to the left, and hopefully they can put together a strong push soon.
Yeah, with any luck. And right now, you just see a little bit of patience from Taylor. You do want to get back in the match, but with 3 minutes left, there's a lot. So Taylor knows that there's no reason to just, dive in and try to be a hero at this point.
Yeah.
Taylor went ahead and got the whale. So whale, we talked earlier about how important a whale is on a tower control map with these long straights. And so we're going to see right now, they gotta get this. Okay, now push can happen. Now push can start. You see Day over there, the sniper, putting a little pressure, a little bit more pressure. They should be able to take the lead off this. Oh. Yeah, this is only 2 more points. Yes, that's good. Taylor puts in a lot of pressure. Shooter jumps down here. Taylor's going to try to get some movement in. Doesn't do it. Gets predicted by the Aksha. Still going.
Take him out. 1v3 situation. A little bit scary. I think that Day should run. Day should just run here. All right, he's using the Kraken. Fair enough. As long as Day doesn't just cause a team wipe right there, he's going to jump out. Taylor's going to be in the middle of the map. I think Taylor should actually get to some kind of high ground here. Very good. I agree with this play. Let his teammates get back to the middle of the map. Go ahead and you see that movement? You see how he just completely dodges his reticle? Oh, second.
But Zutter!
Down. Yes, Zutter. Oh, God.
Oh, this is wonderful. And now you're going to see them get a little bit. We did see that Zutter had the Kraken. We'll see how long Zutter can hold that Kraken. As we see, it looks like a bomb rush coming in from the Luna Blaster.
Nice
to be able to take that out. That's huge. That's 2.
Nice double.
Kraken finally coming out. They're going to be able to knock it off.
They're going to need to punish this. Someone's going to need to get on tower as this Kraken ends to prevent stealth jump.
Oh, they got it somehow. No. It's coming up again. Zutter. Oh, Zutter made an amazing
stealth jump still showing up.
Again? Okay, I think the threat is no.
It's not done. It's not done. It's not done. It's not done. On tower. Good positioning.
But that's not going to be enough.
That's unfortunate there. Taylor walking into that Kraken was a pretty big blunder right there, because if he hadn't died, he wouldn't be able to get that wall on tower. And then that barely, that just minor mistake that caused the tower to keep pushing and lose the lead wouldn't have happened. But there's still a minute left. We said this last time that Deep Blues has to put together a win in the next minute. Can they do it? And they just did it. So either we're going to see that happen, or we're going to go to a game 4 here.
Can he get 2? No, okay.
Nah. He stood still way too long there.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, this is not supposed to be an easy map to make these pushes on. This back and forth is not something that you see very commonly.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a method to the pushing on this map. All right, Taylor is probably going to go to the top right here. He's going to set up a wall. He might even get up, paint up onto this.
Is it even going to matter? I don't see any bullets down there.
He's not going to bother. He knows that his teammate just needs one. Yeah.
Once again, what is it with these back and forth pushes? It's still going right now. The whale, dangerous whale? Okay, still alive somehow. This game is fast.
Yeah, no, Taylor just staying mobile right here. Doesn't need the push. He knows his teammates are making the push. If they die, he needs to be the one that's alive. You don't even need to get kills. You just need to stay alive as long as you can and just stop the enemy from pushing. And Zutter and the Best, both going to go down. Killed one of their #1 slaying weapons and their long-range weapon. And Octopops here. Taylor just going off.
Taylor.
Guaranteeing this fixes a quad. Almost gets 5.
Goodness gracious.
10
Incredible
seconds
stuff by Taylor. We might... Okay, if they got to do it, here's your Hail Mary. What do you got?
Yeah, what... Sometimes these, end of the game, got to play objective pushes actually work, but I don't see this happening. Taylor, just draw a ball.
Taylor's just going to wait. Yep, and that's going to be
yeah, that can happen too. Okay. I was a little bit scared there because everybody's kind of bunched up on that vertical slope, and sometimes combat on those kind of slopes in Splatoon is a little bit hard, but it ends up being fine. Deep Blues is going to just seal that one out. Nice 3-0.
Oh my goodness, just back and forth pushes there, just so much. Taylor going 18-9, goodness gracious, that's incredible to see against arguably the best competition they've played all day. And, wow, that's a dirty 30, that's a 3-0 right now, punching their ticket into finals.
Yeah,
congratulations to Deep Blues.